how do you see yourselves as an agent of social change? What direction do you want to go in to be more of an agent of social change?
Well,
Anybody.
Well, I remember Christina was performing at an event at Youngstown a couple weeks ago, and she said something at the beginning of her performance that really moved me, which was that the opposite of war and destruction isn't actually peace; it's creation. And so I think what we want to empower these guys to do, and the whole initiative to the extent possible, is to create, visualize, and create whatever that future is. Imagine what it should look like, and then one step at a time, try to get there. You know, they're like, well, we're going to do these community dinners. What's it going to look like? I don't know. We need food. We need people to cook the food. We need like tables and chairs and tablecloths. We need silverware. Okay, check. We'll get out. You know, but it's
forks and carrots.
Forks and carrots and the fist
and power.
And power. But I mean, I don't know that. How you create change, I think, is first by having the courage to imagine what it looks like, and then taking those steps and knowing that you're supported in taking those steps. I mean, I feel like my job is validated by the work these guys do, and they feel supported by the job that we're doing. So that it's reciprocal, and if you can scale that and make it feel like that across a whole community or a neighborhood or a city or a country, I mean, that's powerful, I think.
One of my passions is food in general, but you know, the growing of food and the harvesting, and you know, whether it's urban or rural. Are any of you involved in growing?
Oh, no, but there is a chef in the room. Actually, we do get donations from local CSAs, and that's where we get a lot of the organic produce that we make for F.E.E.S.T. And I actually randomly got jumped into the leadership position just because our main chef was Robbie, and I just started helping him out in the kitchen, and he kind of got the vibe that I understood how to cook. And like, not that I'm super amazing or anything, but I knew the basics.
Well, I have to say, you know, the food looked pretty amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
You know.
So,
Which is amazing.
yeah, and then
Come for dinner on a Wednesday.
Check it out.
and then and then afterwards, like he kind of stood up and talked to me and was like, I want you to lead this. I want this to be youth ran, and since it's youth ran, I want you to be the lead, and I'll be your sous chef, and I'll be your backup. And then it's kind of like sweating. I was like almost hyperventilating because I was kind of nervous about the position. But after a while, you just like kind of get into the rhythm of it. You feel good when people like break bread at the table, because once you do that, you have that commonality with them, and then that opens up a gate where you can talk about anything openly, and that's where we get our authenticity from.
I think that's also a great thing that we have so many different people with like different interests, like coming together and talking about like this problem that we all have in common. You know, I mean, I'm like totally into music. I'm like the music guy, hip hop and everything. And you know, you got this hip hop guy coming down and started talking about, you know, vegetables and stuff and how we should give this out to the community. And I think when we have just that difference all together in one room, I think that's really great.
Makes us
The gardeners and the cooks and the MCs.
Yeah. Well, and I think that like ultimately what it is, it's like a fundamental link between wellness and creative expression, and like that one begets the other. And I think that that's why this program works so well, is that like Jessie can express herself through food, and Cham can like influence an event that we have by performing at it, and then thus making it more dynamic and more interesting for people to come out. And I think that's why it's been like so popular. Like our community potlucks are kind of cracking. Like they're nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have open mics, and we really incorporate different things. It's not, it's beyond kind of like a didactic education, and it's really getting into like incorporating art and incorporating collaboration with young people and adults in a way that's presentable and accessible, and really inspires change. And I think that's why these 4 youth are change agents.
Has any of this change seeped over into school?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got my
Definitely.
principal. I got like 6 of my teachers coming to our dinners. Man, it is great. Schools, and they're, you know what? And they're down for it. They think this is like the best idea ever.
And that, you know, in a weird way, that's like a success of the Food and Fitness Initiative, is because out of this dinner, out of the kids coming together with our staff and our community, they are their plan for the next 8 years is build a leadership pipeline where the youth and the administrators from the schools can transform the health and wellness and food available in their schools, like built environment and food systems. And they came to that. They want to, and that's our work now, is like, how do we get into these huge institutions and get them to like think differently about how they're approaching what they make available to these guys.
So I wonder if you could all of you kind of quickly say what's your success story.
I'm becoming a better leader, and I've always wanted to be somebody who's really actively involved in my community, and I want to be a voice for my community because a lot of people feel like they don't have one. And I think one of my greatest successes is being able to go into my community and showing people that you can do it. If you have the drive, you can do anything you want to.
My success is that I've grown as a person. That leadership, adds to it, but I used to be the voice that couldn't express myself. I wasn't the type to say something. I'm still trying to break out of that shell where I do talk more often, though I feel like people look at me like the mute of the group. But
well, compared to these guys.
Yeah, compared to these guys, they put me down. But they actually gave me confidence. They gave me confidence as a person to go out and try something, go out and know that I won't be immediately rejected, and that they're here with open arms to take us in and love us as a person and love us as leaders and who we really are.